Hello everyone, my name is Jianfeng Li. I'm from Hong Kong Poly U. Today, I'm going to introduce our work, Packaging Level Open World App Fingerprinting on Wellness Traffic. Nowadays, different kinds of mobile apps profoundly reshape people's life in different aspects, despite the widespread adoption of encrypted communication. Mobile apps are still susceptible to app fingerprinting attacks or AF attack for short, where adversaries recognize user activities associated with the app of interest to infer user privacy. They only make use of features extracted from packet timing, packet direction, and packet size without using packet payload. So network encryption becomes useless for app fingerprinting. The threat from AF attack is increasing. First, the popularity of app-fied IoT systems, such as smart home, extend cyber attacks to physical world. The leakage of sensitive information may endanger not only the privacy but also the safety of users. Second, the COVID-19 pandemic changes people's life. We experienced the lockdown and had to get users to do everything online. It potentially expands the attack surface for AF attacks. Existing AF attacks are generally conducted by capturing TCP/IP traffic from the wellness AP. Their practicality is limited because the adversary leads to compromise the AP or conspire with network administrator. On contrary, Wi-Fi slivers enables the adversary to passively sleeve 802.11 wellness traffic over the air. He is neither controlling the AP nor the permission granted by the administrator. For example, the adversary can launch an AF attack outside the door and recognize user activities associated with different apps, such as smart home apps, to infer indoor human dynamics for reconnaissance purpose. Despite the wellness AF attack is stealthy and low cost, we should solve a series of challenges. First, destination information such as IP address and domain name is hidden in wellness frames. So AF attacks based on destination information cannot handle this situation. Second, TCP, UDP network flows cannot be extracted because the transport layer endpoints are invisible in wellness frames. So AF attacks that need to extract network flows will not work. Besides, app traffic is often mixed with background traffic during long time, so it's very hard to find the boundary to separate traffic generated by different apps. The third challenge is app multiplexing. Packets generated by different apps may be strongly mixed together because mobile users may use different apps at the same time. It will introduce a large number of noise packets that undermines the recognition accuracy. Existing AF attacks cannot handle this situation. Finally, most AF attacks work under the closed word assumption. That is, apps in the recognition stage must also be present during model training. However, in practice, during the recognition stage, there will be lots of apps that are unseen during model training. So we need to conduct open world recognition, where unseen apps will not be wrongly classified as a known app of interest. In this paper, the adversary's goal is recognizing user activities associated with the app of interest from wellness encrypted traffic. Based on the training dataset, the adversary can infer either coarse-grained or fine-grained information. We also assume that the adversary can trace back all wellness frames to different mobile devices according to the source destination MAC addresses. And he cannot obtain source destination IP addresses and ports. He also cannot use information from packet payloads. In this paper, we propose a novel awareness AF attack named by packet print. Assuming that A is an APP of interest, we recognize user activities associated with A from encrypted awareness traffic. To this end, we solve four major challenges, including hidden destination, invisible boundary, APP multiplexing, and open world recognition. Packet print achieves this goal in three main steps. They are traffic preprocessing, traffic segmentation, and traffic recognition. Packet print bypasses the first challenge because it will not use destination information. To preprocess awareness traffic, we conduct protocol filtering, packet size normalization, and packet size filtering. In packet size filtering, we exclude packet sizes that are relatively less frequently generated by A than other APPs. It reduces computational overhead and mitigates noise packets caused by APP multiplexing. To solve the challenge caused by invisible boundary, packet print adaptively segments samples for user activity recognition. It locates all possible time periods in which packets are probably generated by A. To this end, we propose sequential similarity, or S-similarity for short. It is used to quantify how likely a packet is generated by A given its n-gram sequential context. We also propose a new model, sequential XGBoost, to compute the S-similarity of packets with A by involving its sequential contexts in an increasing range. Our model is constructed by multiple decision trees. It is recursively trained by adding decision trees to minimize the residual loss. Sequential XGBoost is robust against noise packets because it tends to use context information closer to the packet. We refer to a packet as an anchor packet if its similarity with A is not less than a preset threshold. Densely distributed anchor packets are strong indicator for the presence of user activities of A. So we locate target segments by clustering anchor packets. For target segment, we define its C similarity with A as the probability that there are packets generated by A in it. To compute C similarity, we propose a hierarchical back-of-words model. It considers packet level, burst level, and behavior level patterns, and extracts structural patterns of packet arrivals at different time scales during a long time period. So it provides a distinguishable characterization of A's traffic and reduces the false positive risk in an open world recognition. Our model recursively maps structural patterns at a smaller time scale to a word at a larger time scale based on decision trees. We add positive leaves on decision trees to the vocabulary as new words and skip negative leaves. So we filter out most structural patterns that frequently appear for APPs other than A. As a result, our model is robust against noise packets caused by APP multiplexing. To reduce the overfitting risk, we optimally merge words to derive a more compact and efficient feature representation. Given the vocabulary, we derive the feature vector of a target segment, say ST, as the TF-IDF representation of words falling into it, and train a classifier with a probabilistic output to compute C similarity. We recognize that user activities of A happen during ST if its C similarity with A is not less than a preset threshold. To recognize in-app user actions of A, we need to collect awareness traffic for these user actions and then train a sequential XGBoost model and a hierarchical back-of-words model for each of them. We first locate traffic segments corresponding to A and then further recognize each in-app user action independently. We evaluate packet print and try to answer 5 research questions. To this end, we construct 3 datasets. The first dataset consists of 500 popular apps from Google Play. Their traffic instances are generated by automatic test tools. The second dataset consists of 100 apps randomly chosen from the first dataset. Volunteers operate these apps to generate traffic instances. The third dataset contains traffic instance of in-app user actions from 13 popular mobile apps. They are also triggered by volunteers. To evaluate whether packet print can accurately recognize apps from wellness traffic, we conduct experiments based on the first dataset. The baseline methods in our experiments are sliding window methods using features proposed by other AF attacks. Experimental results show packet print achieves reasonable accuracy in both closed world and open world settings. Next, we analyze the impact of packet loss. Experimental results show sleeper packet loss and congestion-related packet loss will reduce packet print's recall, but have little impact on its precision. Besides, our method is more sensitive to congestion-related packet loss than sleeper packet loss. However, it still outperforms baseline methods. We further evaluate the impact of app multiplexing. We analyze how our method is resilient to noise packets. From the experimental results, we find packet print works well when faced with app multiplexing and exhibits significantly stronger noise tolerance than baseline methods. We also conduct cross dataset app traffic recognition to evaluate whether packet print trained on traffic generated by automatic test tools can recognize human-driven app traffic. From this table, we find packet print is competent in handling this situation with a reasonable F1 score. Finally, we evaluate whether packet print is able to recognize more fine-grained in-app user actions. This experiment is based on the third dataset. Experimental results show our method can accurately recognize in-app user actions with a high F1 score. Thanks so much for listening.